Alright, it's time to finish up the solutions for the two-way tables assignment. So, yeah, two-way frequency tables assignment. So moving on to number 3. So we got classmate conductor survey. Complete. How many people completed the review for benchmark 3 and how they did on benchmark 3. Yeah, you need to get all these totals here, and you just take it one at a time. Like here, the total needs to be 13, and we already got 4 and 2, and so if you do 13 minus 2 minus 4, you're going to get 7 there. And then these are going to add up here on the right side. 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 1 is going to be 13. If you do 13 plus 13, you get 26, plus the 6 there. It's going to give you 32. And if you take 32 and you subtract these two numbers, take 32 minus 4, you'll get 28. Minus 13 is going to give you 15. Yeah. That'll give you, okay. And then let's see what other things. Okay, so right here, there's a total of 6, and there's 1 and 2 arrays, so you do 6 minus 2 minus 1 gives you 3, and that'll go there. And then right here, these two had to add up to be the 4, and they do right now, and so we really don't need anything in this failed completed review category. And then the totals, we have 13, and passed was 4, so 13 minus 4 will give you the 9 that goes there, and that matches up with this column, and adds up to be 15. Anyway, so you get all that stuff. Okay, and then you have A, how many students were surveyed, then well, that's the grand total. On the joint relative frequencies, you're going to take each of these, well, any of these numbers here it's asking about, and divide by the grand total. Anytime you have joint relative frequencies, you divide by the grand total, which is the mighty 32 in this one. So joint relative frequency, so aced and completed. So this is the aced completed spot, which is 9. Gotta divide by the 32, and that'll give you the percent there. So 9 divided by the 32 will give you about 28%. And the next one, we have a fail and completed 59%. So that's failed, completed 59%. That's the one there. So 1 out of the 32, which is going to be really small. 1 out of 32 is 3%. And then D, C, from 0 to 49 and passed, not aced. Well, that's this column and this number. So it's going to be 2. And you got to divide by the 32. I'm guessing it's going to be about twice as much as previous one, which I'm right. This gives you about 6%. The next one, who completed less than half and aced it, complete less than half but aced it, is going to be the 1 there. We already did 1 out of 32, which is about 3%. So those are our answers here on the right side. And the next one is the marginal relative frequency. So on these ones, you're still going to be dividing by your grand total, but you're going to be using these totals in the columns and the rows. So frequency of completed, so the ones that completed came out to be 13. And you got to divide by the 32. 13 divided by 32 is going to give you 41%, or about 41%. I had to round up for that one. Moving on to the next part, marginal relative frequency of 50 to 99. That's this total here. Again, it's going to be 13 out of the 32, which is the same as the previous one, which is going to be 41%. All right, another marginal, passed, not aced. That's this column, and the total there is going to be 13. Yeah, that's going to be the same number as the previous one, 41%. And then the marginal relative frequency for failed, that's right here, and the total there is 4. And divide by the 32. What do you do? 4 divided by 32. That's going to give you the same thing as 1/8, which is about 13%. And then next we have these conditional relative frequencies. You're not going to be dividing by your grand total anymore. You're going to be dividing by your marginal totals. See, given completed, so out of all the people that completed, of the 13 there, what percent of them aced the test? Well, that's 9 out of the 13. So if you take 9 divided by 13, you'll get 69%. And then of these, next one, given 50 to 99%, that's going to be this total here of 13. And you want to know how many failed. Well, that's just going to be the one there. So 1 out of the 13 is going to give you about 8%. And the next one, given passed, not aced. So that's going to be this column. We have a total again of 13 there. 13, so divide by 13. How many of them completed 0 to 50? Oh, that's this guy here, the 2. And if you do 2 divided by the 13, you're going to get, hopefully, close to double 8, which is 15%. Anyway, so that's what you're going to kick out there. Next one, given failed, so out of the 4 people that failed, how many of them completed less than half? Well, that's that one. So it's going to be 3 of the 4, which is 75%. No approximating any on that one. Given it was aced, so out of the 15 that aced it, what percent completed it? Well, you have 9 that completed it and aced the test. So you do 9 divided by the 15, you'll get 60%. And then brings us to O, answers J and N the same, Y or Y not. They are not the same. And you need to include a little explanation there. So N is asking about completed and aced. J is asking about completed and aced, but you have a different condition on both of them. The J one's asking, out of all those who completed the review, what percent of them aced the test? And N is saying, out of everyone that aced the test, what percent completed it? And so you have 9 divided by 13 and 15, which will give you different numbers, which is why those are not the same. P, do the numbers suggest that review completion and success on benchmark 3 are correlated? This one is, again, yes. Because if you look over here, and look, if you look at the ones that completed it, they either passed or aced it. And if you look at the people who didn't do hardly anything on it, half or less, there's a far larger portion of them, about 50% of them failed the benchmark, and then you got about 33% of them just passed it. And if you look at those that aced it, a large majority of them completed the review. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why they're correlated. And that brings us to 4, create your own two-way table, information you get from classmates. So if you want, this is extra credit, but you need to come up with things that might be related, collect data from your classmates, get totals, and all bunches of relative frequencies, joint, marginal, conditional, and all that. And there you go.